friends, this is Jazz, bringing you another countdown video, yes. And this one is going to be game related. It is the top 10 games that I wish to come to the Nintendo Switch, whether they are remastered or imported. Now, there are some things I am going to bring up. For one, there is going to be a lot of footage that I'm borrowing from other channels, but they will be in the video. I'm going to try to put their names or YouTube channels in the video itself, because a lot of these games I have no footage for, or may not even own the game particularly. But there are some, like, if you don't see at least a bit of representation, like the name under it for a few minutes, then it's my footage that I've used myself. So, also, why am I thinking about the Switch? Well, I plan to get one for Christmas, obviously, so I figured if they came to the Switch, it would be great. And then, like, I picked them out because I think that they might work well with the Switch's capabilities as well. And yes, I managed to find 10, whether it's just loosely or what. So anyway, guys, the first countdown in a little bit, so enjoy the top 10 games I wish would come to the Nintendo Switch. Let's go on to number 10. Number 10 is sort of a tie because they're so similar, and that is Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. They're in the same realm, so I'm including them as one. I apologize. But obviously, I think that they would work because really, it's a game series that brought on a new spin to how the game was played. And it was on the GameCube the last time. So, one of the first console games, too. Honestly, the Switch would allow us to play these two games on the go. That is one of the big things. Like, I always loved Pokemon Colosseum and XD, but I was always stuck to my TV playing it. And let's just say I wanted to continue playing it, but I had to go somewhere, right? It would be so good to have these two games that we could travel with, right? Enjoy all the fun we had with the one on the TV, but this time play it in the car. And the fact is, with the Switch, you could have better graphics. Like, I would recommend, I'd be happy if it just came out by import, but these type of games would be really beneficial to have remasters of them, because the graphics would look so much better. The Switch would be completely capable of handling the graphics, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that is number 10 on this list, which is Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon XD. Now let's go on to number 9. Number 9 on this list is Harvest Moon Animal Parade. Now, obviously, one big reason I put this on the list is that it has a lot to do. And just like Pokemon Colosseum and XD, it's criminally hindered back by it being on a console. Because there's so much to do, but again, if you're busy, you have to go to the washroom, for example. Like, there's so much to do, and it would be beneficial if we could take it anywhere. The only problem I could see with it being on the Switch is that there's specific things you could do with the Wiimote, which is like the massaging thing. You know, if you're trying to make friends and as gross as that and inappropriate as that sounds, that's the way they do it. You use the second Wiimote to massage or rub the other player. That is the only thing I could think of that might be a problem if it was imported to the Switch. They would have to find another way to do it. Whether you would just hook it up to the console to do that daily, I don't know, or there was a special button you can push. That's the only downside to it. The graphic capabilities, again, would work really well with the Switch. It's one of those games that are so addicting that it would be beneficial to the company, whoever makes it, to make it a portable version for those who love the game, don't always have to stay in one place. And I've never played it for a while, but I'm sure if it came to the Switch, I would spend quite a few hours playing it. So, Harvest Moon Animal Parade was number 9 on the list. Now let's go on to number 8. Number 8 on this list is South Park: The Stick of Truth. Now, this one is a little iffy in a way because it works great on the PC and the other ports as well. But we recently got a release of South Park: The Fractured But Whole for the Switch, and it would be great to be able to play both of them on the Nintendo Switch. That is the biggest thing I have with it. Plus, the Switch's power would be great for everything in the Stick of Truth. The capabilities with it would be great. Like, the power and the juice and that would be able to handle everything perfectly. Like, this, I understand the Stick of Truth is a pretty big game, but so is the Fractured But Whole. So, like, for example, I'm trying to think. The Switch can play Breath of the Wild with a big open world Zelda game really well. So imagine what they could do with a game with limitations, but still really huge and powerful. I honestly think, like, I would enjoy having a copy on the Switch as well. Also for the portability value. A lot of these games are for the portability value in a way, and they'd be much more fun being able to take with you. Right, and not have to lug a big heavy computer. Like, the thing is, I know that I could take a computer with me and play it, but if I could have a less heavy thing to take with me traveling, that would be fantastic. And you're probably thinking, I'm going to give you spoilers, do I have any Sims games on this list? Well, no. No, I do not. I don't know why, but personally, I think The Sims work better on the PC as it is, just in my opinion. So, but this game would be an exception to those, would be better on the PC. This would be better on a portable console. So, South Park: The Stick of Truth is number 8 on this list. Now on to number 7. Number 7 on this list is Heavy Rain. Now, one of the biggest reasons is I really want to play this game, but I do not own an Xbox One or a PS4. Also, though, it would be beneficial to have this in this library because Nintendo isn't known for really dark games. And this would bring a bit of more mature and the dark atmosphere to Nintendo's library if they do put it on the Switch. Like, I don't know why, but I've been watching this game a lot, like Heavy Rain, and it's not for the PC either, so the only way I could play it is either if it came to the Switch, if I bought a PS4 or an Xbox One. So I would hope it would come to the Switch. That way I don't have to buy a whole new system just to play that. And it looks like a really good game, and as I said, Switch would be able to handle the graphics in that fine, right? Because it's a pretty powerful console, and it's newer than either the PS4 or the Xbox One. So, and as the controls, I'm pretty sure that the controls would work with the game's mechanics as well, because it does have all the buttons required for the game, and they could always be changed a little bit for the Switch's controls, because they've done that for the other systems as well. I said, I would really someday love to play this game, and I mean, if I had to get a PS4, which would be the only other option, then I would, because I would rather that than the Xbox One, but I really hope it comes to the Switch. So, Heavy Rain is number 7, I believe, on this list. Now on to number 6. Number 6 on this list is Silent Hill Homecoming. Now, this is a funny story, kind of. It would really be beneficial to have a very high-powered system for this game, because, like, and plus portable, that's what I mean. Also, I haven't been able to finish this game properly. because it keeps crashing. Both my PC, which I had a PC version of it, and my Xbox 360 version of it. Both of them. I mean, the other one is older. I mean, my PC isn't very powerful for certain games. Plus, my Xbox 360 is an older console in comparison. But it's ridiculous. Like, I would just love the game. Out of all the Silent Hill games, that's the one I'd probably be most interested in. And I've been trying to play it. I mean, I'll never get a Let's Play of it because of this. And the fact my capture card is broken, or not working correctly, anyway. But even if I had a working capture card, this game is unstable on the Xbox 360, and worse on the PC, so it would really be beneficial to have it on a system that would be guaranteed to work, like with a more powerful system and a new, maybe if it's a remastered one, would be even better, so it'd have more stability. And this is one of the games that I really do want to play. Like, and I own it, so it's kind of worse in a way than not owning the game yet, or the system, because you own the system twice in a way, because I have the PC and I have the Xbox 360. Both don't work, so it's right in the grasp, but it's just more frustrating, because it's there, but it's not, in a way. But honestly, I still think the graphics and the power of the Switch would be really good for this game. And again, it'd be more fun if it was portable as well, because you would have a nice horror game in the grasp of your hands while you're maybe traveling on a road trip or something. So, Silent Hill Homecoming is number 6 on this list. Now on to number 5. Number 5 on this list is the Walking Dead series. And I mean the Telltale Games version, not the ones that are going to be based on the TV series. I mean, I never played it yet, but besides the point, we sort of are getting a start to this, because in the end of 2018, we are getting the final season on the Switch. Season 4, or the final season on the Switches, along with the other main consoles. But I mean in general, like season 1, 2, and 3. All 4, and the final. All 4 would be great on the Switch, because these would be ideal games for long car or plane or train, whatever traveling situation, because of the stories. Their stories are pretty in-depth and long. And very, what's the word for engaging? And engaging, so you would not get bored of it for a second. Now, you're thinking, would the buttons and controls be proper for this game, because you're used to using, like, a mouse? But some people, they've been on the other systems, guys. They've been in the Xbox system, in the PlayStation 4, I think anyway, for all of the main other consoles, or at least the Xbox. I think they've been on the Xbox One. I'm not sure about the PS4. I might have to correct it. But honestly, if that's the case, then the Switch would be great for it, because we'll say, one thing I will say is that this game does require some power, I believe, but I think it would work. I mean, it works great on my PC. All 3 games I have on the PC work great, right? There's no issue at all. So it might, the Switch might have enough power for these games, but they also do have a lot in them too, just like the Stick of Truth. So it might require a little more power, but I still think the Switch would be capable enough for it. And again, it'd be a nice game to play traveling. These are the perfect games for this situation of traveling. So, the Walking Dead series is number 5 on this list. Now on to number 4. Number 4 is the Mother series. Now, this is literally one of the most known games around the world. Earthbound has been released on the new 3DS, but you know what, my luck, I don't own it. So my next chance would be the Nintendo Switch. Now, they've had plenty of old ports on systems like, again, the 3DS. Although this isn't very likely because it's on the new 3DS. Why would they want to release it again? But it still is a chance because there's some people who don't own the new 3DS, and if they do own a Nintendo Switch, they could play it, and if they did send this to the Switch, it'd be marketable for them. So, but you know what would be better? If they had it remastered for the Switch. That would be something new. It would have better graphics, but if they wanted to include the same gameplay, they could. It would be probably a hit, because as long as the formula was similar, then new graphics wouldn't really cause anyone a big fuss. I mean, I know some people are like, oh, it's not the exact same. Oh, it's not Earthbound. It doesn't look like Earthbound, right? But I still think the Mother series would be beneficial. I mean, not just Earthbound, but the others too. The others that weren't like Mother 1 was released down here in North America, so this would be a good chance for everyone to be able to play the whole Mother series and enjoy it. I confess, I had to play it on an emulator, which, again, I got confused. I might get back to it later, but I don't own the game. I'm just playing it to play it, to know what it's like. There's no other way for me to play it because I don't own an NES? Or is it NES it's on? I think it's the NES. I also don't own the 3DS that is required for Earthbound, so that sucks. But honestly, I think it would work really well with the Switch because of the superior graphics in that. So the Mother series is number 4 on this list. Now on to number 3. Number 3 is Digimon Story Cyber Sleuths. Now, this is another game that I really just want to play, and it's for the PS4 as of now. Although this is the least likely to happen because Digimon is mostly a PlayStation series, but we do have Digimon DS and their sequels Dawn and Dusk. So there is a little teeny bit of hope. It would work really well graphics-wise, and normally this isn't a portable game, so that would bring more to the series, or to the Nintendo system having a Digimon game portable for the Switch. And maybe, again, there might be hope, as I said, because this is owned by PlayStation. I'm not 100% sure if it will happen. Kind of like Heavy Rain in a way, it's owned by other companies. But at least that is it's hard to tell which system, because it's been for PlayStation 4 and Xbox, the Heavy Rain. This one was only for the PlayStation 4. And the thing is, a lot of console games for Digimon are usually on the PlayStation, or big console games. So, not very likely, but I would love to have this in the Switch library. So, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuths is number 3 on this list. Now on to number 2. Number 2 on this list is the Life is Strange series. Now, this series, like The Walking Dead, has a pretty amazing story. The first one especially, and those type of games with amazing stories and engaging stories are really good when you have to travel, so again, having it portable would be great. The graphics would work well on the Switch because of the amount of power needed. It works okay on my PC, so it would be amazing on the Switch. Now, the reason I use that analogy or that example is because my computer, the power isn't very good. When I say power, I don't mean battery power. I mean the system, CPU power. So having this on the Switch, or with a comparison, if it works on my computer, it will work great on the Switch, is really a good analogy, so why not? I mean, it's really not, I'm trying to think how to explain it. I don't think it's really limited to a certain system. Where it's on the PC, I think it's on the Xbox One and the PS4. Both of them are, so why not on the Switch? Because it's a very popular game series, and I think that the company would be crazy not to give Nintendo a chance to have this in their library. So the Life is Strange series, which I mean 1 and 2, or 1 and the prequel, is number 2 on this list. Now on to the number 1 game. Number 1 game on this list is Doki Doki Literature Club. Now I know some of you are thinking, really that? Well, how do I explain it? There are a couple of reasons why I think it may not work so well. One is the really, really dark and disturbing turn it takes halfway through the game. But again, just like with Heavy Rain, Nintendo needs their game content in their library for those older. And the other reason is that there's part of the game that kind of relies on as if you're playing it on a computer. But you could emulate a computer on your Switch, like your Switch could pretend that it's playing through a computer, and there's other things that you can do to rework the whole computer aspect. But the graphics would be good, it'd be a fun game to play on the go. For me, I'm enjoying it on the PC, and it's just a fun game that I would love to have on more consoles. And the Switch would be a good idea. Right, I have to give away the ending though for this explanation. What I was explaining about it relies on if you're using a PC. There's a part in the game where you're given files, and each file has like the girl's name, and as things happen and the girl gets deleted, so do the files. And there's also a part of the game where you could just delete a file to get rid of it to win the game and get whatever the main villain. So that I could see not working so well on the Switch, but if they can emulate that and give you an option outside, like the file could be on your system or something, and you could delete it from there and then go back to the game or something, that might work. So again, this would be least likely of all of them because of this reason, but I still think it would be a fun game to have on the Switch, and on the PC it is free. So why not have it a free, like if they have a shop for Nintendo Switch, why not have that as a free game for people to play? Maybe not. If you want to pay a few bucks for it, just put up for a few bucks, you can, but because the Switch, Nintendo's a lot different with how they sell things, but it'd be a really good game, Nintendo. Pick it up. So, guys, that was my list for the top 10 games I would wish to come to the Switch. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel and like what you see, please subscribe. It would help a lot. And before I end it, I want to thank those channels for the footage that I use for this video. You will be credited. And I will see you guys in my next video.